Tak stepped off the transport ship and felt Earth's gravity pull at his tall, slender frame. The air was thicker than on his home planet. His pale blue skin shimmered slightly as it adjusted to the new atmosphere. He had studied humans for years, but this was his first time on their planet. "Welcome to Earth Research Station 7, said a voice. Tak turned to see a human female. She was short by his standards, with black hair tied back and dark eyes that studied him with open interest. "I am Jisoo," she said. "I will be your guide here." Tak bowed his head in the formal greeting of his people. "I am honored to meet you. I have traveled far to study Earth's wildlife." Jisoo smiled. "Then you are in the right place. Come, I will show you where you will stay, and then my lab." They walked through the research station. Humans and a few other alien species moved about their work. The station sat at the edge of a forest, with mountains rising in the distance. "Your planet has so much variety," Tak said. "On Vesperia, we have few animal species left. Most died out as we built our cities." Jisoo nodded. "Many Earth species are in danger too. That's why we study them, to protect them." They reached a small building with clean white walls. "This is your quarters," Jisoo said. "Rest if you need to. In 2 hours, I will come back and show you my work." Later, Jisoo led Tak to her laboratory. The room was filled with glass cases. Tak looked inside one and jumped back with a gasp. His skin flashed bright blue in alarm. "What is wrong?" Jisoo asked. "That creature." Tak pointed at the glass case. Inside was a snake, its scales a pattern of brown and black, its body coiled on a rock. "Oh, that's just a copperhead," Jisoo said. "One of our less dangerous venomous snakes." "Less dangerous?" Tak's voice rose. "You keep venomous creatures here, by choice." Jisoo looked confused. "Of course, I'm a herpetologist. I study snakes, especially venomous ones." She walked to another, larger case and Tak watched in horror as she typed a code into a security panel. The case opened, and Jisoo reached inside with a long book. She gently lifted a massive snake, its hood spread wide, black eyes fixed on her every move. "This is Raja," Jisoo said calmly. "He's a cane cobra, about 5 years old." Tak's body went rigid. His skin pulsed with waves of blue light, his species' natural fear response. He could not speak. On his world, any creature with venom had been eliminated centuries ago. The very idea of keeping such deadly animals was unthinkable. Jisoo noticed his reaction and carefully returned the snake to its case. "I'm sorry," she said. "I didn't know your species had such a strong reaction to snakes." "Not just snakes," Tak managed to say once the case was closed. "Any venomous creature triggers our defensive response. It is deep in our biology." Jisoo's eyes lit up with interest. "Really? That's fascinating. Humans have natural fear responses to snakes too, but we can overcome them with training. You purposely overcome your fear?" Tak asked. "Why would you do this?" Jisoo walked to her desk and showed Tak images on her screen. Humans handling snakes with their bare hands, some in controlled lab settings, others in what appeared to be religious ceremonies. "Many humans work with dangerous animals," she explained. "Some even form bonds with them. We study them to make antivenom, to understand their behavior, or sometimes just because we find them beautiful." Tak stared at the images, then at Jisoo. His people were considered advanced in the galaxy. Their technology far surpassed Earth's. Yet here was something his kind had never mastered: the ability to face their deepest fears and transform them into curiosity. "I would like to learn more," he said finally, "about the snakes and about how humans can do this." Jisoo smiled. "Then you've come to the right place. We have much to teach each other." 3 days had passed since Tak's first visit to Jisoo's lab. Each morning, he sat at a safe distance, watching her work with the snakes. His skin no longer flashed blue every time she opened a case, but his body remained tense. Today I will show you something special, Jisoo said. She turned on a large screen on the wall. This is a snake handling ceremony from a small town in the southern United States. The video showed humans in a simple building. They sang and passed snakes from hand to hand. Some put the snakes around their necks. No one showed fear. These are rattlesnakes, Jisoo explained. Very venomous. These people believe their faith protects them. Does it? Tak asked. No, some get bitten and die. But most learn to read snake behavior very well. They know when a snake is calm or angry. Tak shook his head. On my world, this would be seen as madness. Different cultures view danger differently, Jisoo said. Now watch this. She changed the video. A young woman sat in a pit filled with snakes. Hundreds of them moved around her. This is Sun, my friend. She works at a snake farm in Thailand. They collect venom to make medicine. Tak leaned forward. You know this person, who sits with so many deadly creatures. Yes, she taught me much of what I know. Jisoo smiled. Would you like to try something today? Tak's skin flickered with nervous light patterns. What do you mean? Jisoo walked to a small case. Inside was a thin green snake. This is a grass snake. No venom. Completely harmless. I don't think I can touch it, Tak said. You don't have to. Just stay in the room while I hold it. That's all. Jisoo opened the case and gently lifted the small snake. Tak's body tensed, but he remained in his chair. The snake moved across Jisoo's hands, its tongue flicking out to taste the air. See how beautiful it is, Jisoo said softly. Its scales are like tiny jewels. Tak watched, fighting his instinct to run. The snake was indeed beautiful, its body a perfect design for moving without legs. How does it feel? He asked. When it moves on your skin. Cool and dry, and very gentle. Each movement is like a small massage. Tak took a deep breath. My people would never believe this. We have stories about venomous creatures from our ancient past. They are always monsters in these stories. Jisoo returned the snake to its case. Humans have similar stories. In many cultures, snakes represent evil or danger. In others, they represent wisdom or healing. Healing. Tak was surprised. Yes, look at this. Jisoo showed him a symbol on her computer. 2 snakes wrapped around a staff. This is the caduceus, an old human symbol for medicine. Your species is very strange, Tak said. You take your fears and turn them into symbols of good things. Jisoo laughed. I guess we do. A beeping sound came from Tak's pocket. He pulled out a small device. My superiors are contacting me. I must report on my first days here. What will you tell them? Jisoo asked. Tak thought for a moment. That humans have much to teach us about facing fears, and that I wish to continue my research. Will they understand? No, Tak said honestly. But they will allow it. They wish to know more about humans. After Tak left, Jisoo made notes on her computer. Asterisk subject shows remarkable control despite strong biological fear response. Heart rate elevated but dropping faster each session. Curious despite fear. A promising sign. Tomorrow we'll try video of venomous snake handling with proper safety equipment to show the scientific approach asterisk. In his quarters, Tak also made notes. Asterisk human ability to override natural fear response is extraordinary. Jisoo shows no signs of stress when handling deadly creatures. She speaks of them with respect, not fear. I find myself curious about this approach. Perhaps there is something here that could benefit my people. And I find myself curious about Jisoo herself. Her courage is admirable. Asterisk. He paused, surprised by this last thought. It was not a scientific observation, yet it felt important to record. 1 week after his arrival, Tak asked Jisoo to meet him in the station's conference room. When she arrived, he was setting up a presentation on the large screen. I have an idea, Tak said. His blue skin had a healthy glow today, a research project for us to work on together. Jisoo sat down, curious. What kind of project? A study of fear responses between our species. Tak showed a slide with two brain scans side by side. This is a human brain, and this is a Vesperian brain, both when exposed to images of venomous creatures. Jisoo leaned forward. The scans were very different. The human brain showed some activity in the fear center, but the Vesperian brain lit up like a holiday decoration. Our fear is not just mental, but physical, Tak explained. It affects our whole body. You've seen how my skin changes color. It's a beautiful reaction, Jisoo said, like watching waves of light. Tak's skin rippled slightly at her words. Thank you. But it is also limiting. I want to understand how humans control their fear. So what exactly do you propose? Jisoo asked. A series of experiments. We compare how our bodies react to various stimuli. And perhaps you could teach me how to handle non-venomous snakes. Jisoo smiled wide. You want to learn snake handling? That's brave. Not brave, Tak said. Curious. And he hesitated. I have contacted my superiors about this research. They are interested but concerned. Why concerned? They think exposing a Vesperian to venomous creatures might be considered torture. His skin darkened slightly. Our fear response is very strong. It can cause physical pain if too intense. Jisoo frowned. I would never want to cause you pain, Tak. I know. That is why I trust you to guide this research. He showed another slide with a careful plan, detailing small steps of exposure. We start very slowly. The door opened and Dr. Hyun, the station director, walked in. He was a short man with gray hair and a serious face. Jisoo, I got Tak's message about this project, he said. Is this something you want to pursue? Jisoo nodded. Yes, Dr. Hyun. I think it has great potential. If we can understand how Vesperians process fear compared to humans, we might develop new treatments for both species. Dr. Hyun looked at the brain scans. Interesting. But what about safety protocols? We can't risk a diplomatic incident if something goes wrong. I have outlined safety measures, Tak said, and I accept all responsibility for any negative outcomes. Dr. Hyun turned to Jisoo. And you? This will take time away from your other research. I believe it's worth it, she said firmly. This could be the first in-depth study of interspecies psychological responses. Think of the medical applications. Dr. Hyun thought for a moment, then nodded. Very well. I'll approve it, but with conditions. All sessions must be recorded. A medical team must be on standby. And everything stops immediately if either of you feels the experiments have gone too far. Agreed, Tak and Jisoo said together. After Dr. Han left, Jisoo turned to Tak. So, we're partners now. Yes, Tak said. Partners in research. This won't be easy for you, Jisoo warned. Even with non-venomous snakes. I know. Tak's voice was quiet but determined. But I have observed something interesting about humans. You grow by facing what scares you. My people have always run from our fears. Perhaps there is another way. Jisoo touched his arm lightly. Tak didn't pull away, though his skin flickered briefly at the contact. We'll take it one small step at a time, she promised. And who knows, maybe I'll learn something about Vesperians that will surprise me too. I hope so, Tak said. And for reasons he couldn't quite explain, he meant it very much. The laboratory had been rearranged for today's session. A camera stood in one corner to record everything. A young man named Sun, Jisoo's assistant, checked medical equipment nearby. Are you ready? Jisoo asked Tak. Tak sat in a chair, his long blue fingers tapping nervously on his knees. Yes, I have prepared mentally as you suggested. Jisoo nodded and went to a small case. Today we start with the corn snake. Remember, it has no venom at all. Many human children keep these as pets. She opened the case and lifted out a small orange and red snake with a pattern like corn kernels on its back. It was only about 2 feet long and moved calmly in her hands. Tak's skin immediately began to pulse with blue light, but he remained seated. The monitors showed his heart rate increasing. "Good," Jisoo said. "You're doing well. I'm going to come a little closer now." She took 3 steps toward him. The snake flicked its tongue out, tasting the air. Tak's breathing became faster, but he didn't move away. "What is it doing with its tongue?" he asked, his voice tight. "Smelling," Jisoo explained. "Snakes use their tongues to collect scent particles and transfer them to an organ in the roof of their mouth. That's how they understand their environment." "Fascinating," Tak whispered. The scientist in him was fighting against the fear. "Our scientists never studied them this closely. We just eliminated them." Jisoo took another step closer. Now she was about 6 feet away. "This little one is named Maze. She's very gentle." Tak's skin flashed brighter. "You name them." "The ones we keep long-term, yes. It helps us track their individual behaviors and health." The snake moved smoothly across Jisoo's hands. Tak watched every movement, his body tense, but his eyes curious. "Would you like to try holding her today?" Jisoo asked. Tak's skin flared bright blue. "No. I mean, not yet. Perhaps, could I touch the case?" Jisoo smiled. "That's a great idea." Small steps. She carefully returned Maze to her case but left the lid open. Tak slowly stood and approached. He stopped several feet away. Jisoo waited patiently. Finally, he reached out one long finger and touched the edge of the plastic case. His skin pulsed rapidly, but he kept his finger there for 5 seconds before pulling back. "Excellent," Jisoo said. "That's real progress." Pride showed on Tak's face. It was difficult, but not impossible. Suddenly, the floor shook beneath them. A low rumble filled the room. The shelves rattled, and a few empty cases fell to the floor. "Earthquake," Jisoo shouted. She quickly closed Maze's case and secured the latch. "Son, check the other enclosures." The shaking grew stronger. Tak froze, unsure what to do. His planet didn't have earthquakes. He watched as Jisoo moved quickly around the room, securing cases and equipment. Despite the danger, her movements were calm and efficient. A loud crash came from the far wall as a shelf broke loose. It was falling directly toward Tak. Jisoo lunged forward and pushed him out of the way. They fell to the floor together as the shelf crashed down where he had been standing. The shaking stopped as suddenly as it had begun. Jisoo helped Tak to his feet. "Are you hurt?" she asked, checking him quickly. "No, you saved me." Tak stared at her with new understanding. "You were not afraid." "Of course I was afraid," Jisoo said. "But fear doesn't have to stop you from acting." Sun called from across the room. "All specimens secure, Jisoo. No escapes or injuries." Jisoo nodded. "Good work." She turned back to Tak. "I think that's enough excitement for one day." Tak looked around at the mess, then at Jisoo. "You protected the snakes first, then me, then yourself." Jisoo smiled. "That's my job. The snakes can't protect themselves in these cases. They depend on us." Tak's skin glowed with a new pattern, not the sharp flashes of fear, but a gentle, steady light. "I think I'm beginning to understand humans better now." "How so?" Jisoo asked as they walked toward the door. "You don't avoid fear," Tak said. "You use it. It makes you more alive." Jisoo thought about this. "That's an interesting observation. Maybe that will be part of our research findings." "Yes," Tak agreed. "But I think it might be the most important part." 3 weeks had passed since the earthquake. Tak's progress was slow but steady. He could now sit just 3 feet away from Maze the corn snake while Jisoo handled her. Today they planned to go beyond the lab walls. "Field research is essential," Jisoo explained as they packed equipment into a small vehicle. We need to observe snakes in their natural habitat. Tak loaded the last box, his movements more confident now. I have read your research plan. We are looking for the mountain pit viper, correct? Yes, they should be active this time of year. Jisoo checked a map on her tablet. There's a good spot about an hour's drive from here. We won't handle any wild snakes, just observe and record. They drove away from the research station and into the hills. The landscape changed from open fields to dense forest. Tak watched out the window, fascinated by Earth's wild places. My world has no forests like this anymore, he said. We cleared them centuries ago for cities and farms. Do you miss having wild places? Jisoo asked. Tak thought for a moment. I never experienced them, so I didn't think I could miss them. But now, seeing this, his skin rippled with a new pattern, soft and flowing. Yes, I think I do miss them. Jisoo smiled. That's a very human feeling. They reached the clearing and parked. Jisoo handed Tak special gloves and boots. Snake protection, she explained. Just in case. They walked along a narrow path, Jisoo pointing out signs of wildlife. Tak recorded everything with a small device, occasionally taking samples of plants and soil. There, Jisoo whispered suddenly. She pointed to a sunny rock where a small greenish-brown snake was coiled, a juvenile pit viper. Tak's skin flickered briefly, but he remained calm. He raised his recording device. It's smaller than I expected. It's young, Jisoo said. They grow much larger. They watched the snake for several minutes. Tak was so focused on recording data that he didn't notice the sound of footsteps until Jisoo touched his arm in warning. A man emerged from the trees ahead. He wore dirty clothes and carried a large bag. When he saw them, he stopped, his face showing surprise then anger. Who are you? He demanded. This is my hunting ground. I'm Dr. Jisoo from Research Station 7. Jisoo said calmly. This is my colleague, Tak. We're conducting scientific observations. The man looked at Tak, his eyes narrowing at the alien's blue skin. I know what you're doing. Looking for my snakes. Your snakes? Tak asked, confused. This is Da, Jisoo whispered. He's a poacher. He captures rare snakes to sell. Day reached into his jacket and pulled out a knife. You're going to walk away and forget you saw me. Tak's skin flashed bright blue in alarm. Jisoo stepped slightly in front of him. We're not interested in stopping you, Da, she said. We're just doing research. Yeah. Well, your research is bad for business. Dad took a step closer. Maybe I should take your alien friend. Bet he'd sell for a good price, too. Tak froze, but Jisoo remained calm. Her eyes scanned the ground around them. She slowly reached down and picked up a long stick. Last chance to leave peacefully, Da warned, raising his knife. In one quick motion, Jisoo struck the ground near a pile of leaves. A sudden rattling sound filled the air as a large rattlesnake slithered out, startled by the disturbance. Day jumped back, cursing. The snake moved between him and them, its rattle buzzing angrily. Run. Jisoo grabbed Tak's hand and pulled him away down the path. They ran through the forest, not stopping until they reached their vehicle. How did you know the snake was there? Tak asked, his breathing fast from their escape. I saw the tip of its rattle earlier, Jisoo said. Rattlesnakes usually warn before they strike. I knew it would distract Da without actually attacking him. Tak stared at her. You used the snake to save us. Jisoo started the vehicle. Sometimes fear can be useful, even the fear others have of snakes. As they drove back to the station, Tak watched Jisoo closely. On my world, we think humans are less advanced than us. But now I am not so sure. How so? Jisoo asked. We fled from our fears until we no longer had to face them, Tak said. You learn to understand and even use what you fear. That seems wiser. Jisoo smiled. That might be the nicest thing anyone has said about my work with snakes. Tak's skin glowed softly. It is only the truth. 2 months had passed since Tak and Jisoo began their research. Today was a special day. Tak sat in the laboratory, watching Jisoo prepare. His hands shook slightly, but his skin remained a steady blue. "Are you sure you're ready?" Jisoo asked. She held a small clear box. "Yes," Tak said. "We have prepared well for this moment." Inside the box was a small coral snake, its body ringed with bright red, yellow, and black bands. Though small, it was venomous. However, Jisoo had carefully removed its venom sacs. It was as harmless as the corn snake now, but Tak's body didn't know that. "Remember," Jisoo said, "it cannot hurt you. Its venom has been removed. But your body will still react as if it's dangerous." Tak nodded. "That is the point of our research, to see if I can override my biological response." Jisoo placed the box on the table between them. Tak's skin immediately began to flash, but less brightly than it would have 2 months ago. "Good," Jisoo encouraged. "Your readings are better than expected." Tak focused on his breathing, using the techniques Jisoo had taught him. "I am ready for the next step." Jisoo carefully opened the box. The snake moved slightly but stayed coiled inside. Tak's skin pulsed rapidly, but he remained seated. "Excellent," Jisoo said softly. "Now, if you're ready, I'll lift it out." Tak nodded, unable to speak. Jisoo gently picked up the snake. It wrapped loosely around her wrist, its tongue flicking in and out. "I'm going to move closer now," she warned. Step by step, Jisoo came toward Tak. His skin flashed in waves, but he didn't back away. When she was just 2 feet from him, she stopped. "Would you like to try touching it?" she asked. Tak stared at the snake. Every cell in his body screamed danger, but his mind knew better. Slowly, he reached out one long blue finger. "Just the tip of its tail," Jisoo suggested. "That's all." Tak's finger hovered near the snake. His skin was pulsing so brightly that the room seemed to flash. Then, with a final push of will, he touched the very end of the snake's tail. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3. He pulled his hand back, breathing hard. But he had done it. "You did it." Jisoo's face lit up with excitement. "Tak, you just made history. No Vesperian has ever voluntarily touched a venomous snake before." Tak's skin slowly calmed, the flashing fading to a gentle glow. It felt smooth, not what I expected. Jisoo carefully returned the snake to its box. "How do you feel?" "Strange," Tak admitted. "Part of me is still terrified, but another part feels powerful." He looked at his finger where it had touched the snake. "I faced our oldest fear." Jisoo began checking the readings from their monitors. "Your biochemical response was fascinating. Look at this." She pointed to a graph on her screen. "Your body produced a unique compound during the touch. I've never seen this before." Tak leaned closer to see the screen. Their shoulders touched briefly. Neither moved away. "That's glandular secretion B7, he explained. "It's rare in my species. It only appears in moments of extreme stress, or," he paused. "Or what?" Jisoo asked. "Or strong emotional attachment," Tak finished quietly. "It's also present during pair bonding." An awkward silence filled the room. Jisoo turned back to the screen, her cheeks slightly pink. "The most interesting thing," she said quickly, "is how this compound interacts with snake venom. According to these simulations, it might neutralize certain toxins." Tak's eyes widened. "Are you saying my species produces a natural antivenom?" "Possibly. It would explain why your people evolved such a strong fear response. Those who feared snakes produced this compound and survived bites." "This could be important," Tak said. "If we could synthesize this compound, it might lead to a universal antivenom," Jisoo finished. "One that works on all types of snake venom." Their eyes met, excitement at the discovery mixing with something else neither was ready to name. "We should run more tests," Tak said. "Yes," Jisoo agreed. "And we should report this to Dr. Hyun right away." As they gathered their data, Tak realized something had changed. The breakthrough wasn't just scientific. Something inside him had shifted. When he looked at Jisoo now, his skin glowed with the same pattern that appeared when he touched the snake. Fear and attachment, danger and comfort, all at once. The news about their discovery spread quickly. Dr. Hyun had reported it to both human and Vesperian authorities. For 3 weeks, Tak and Jisoo worked long hours to understand the compound better. They were making good progress. One evening, they were alone in the lab. Jisoo was preparing samples while Tak analyzed data on the computer. "The potential applications are even greater than we thought," Tak said excitedly. "This compound could help treat nerve damage in both our species." Jisoo smiled at his enthusiasm. "Your superiors must be pleased." "Very," Tak agreed. "They've never seen a Vesperian willingly touch a venomous creature. You've changed how they think about humans." "And you've changed how I think about Vesperians," Jisoo said. "I thought your fear was just—" She stopped, not wanting to offend him. "Just weakness," Tak finished. "That's what I thought too. Now I understand it differently." The lab door suddenly burst open. Dae stood there with 2 other men. All 3 held weapons. "Don't move," Dae ordered. "Hands where I can see them." Jisoo and Tak raised their hands. Tak's skin flashed bright blue in alarm. "What do you want?" Jisoo asked, her voice steady despite her fear. "Your rare snakes," Dae said. "And your research. I have buyers who will pay well for both." The men moved into the lab. One began checking the snake cases, while the other went to the computer. "The king cobra alone is worth thousands," Dae said. "And I hear you've made a big discovery about snake venom. That's worth even more." "You can't take the snakes," Jisoo said. "Some are endangered species." "That's why they're valuable," Dae laughed. He grabbed Jisoo's arm. "You're going to help us pack them properly. I don't want damaged goods." Tak took a step forward, but the 3rd man pointed his weapon at him. "Stay back, alien." Jisoo looked at Tak, her eyes sending a silent message. "Don't fight yet. Wait for the right moment." Dae forced Jisoo to open the first case, which held a harmless ball python. As they moved to the next case, Tak noticed something. The men were afraid of the snakes. They kept their distance as each case was opened. An idea formed in Tak's mind. He remembered what Jisoo had taught him about fear, how it could be useful. "That one contains our most dangerous specimen," Tak said, pointing to Rudge's case, the king cobra. "It requires a special code to open safely." Dae pushed Jisoo toward the case. "Open it." "You need protection first," Jisoo warned. "His venom can kill in hours." "Just open it carefully," Dae ordered. Jisoo typed the code slowly. As the case began to open, Tak focused all his attention on his body. He thought of the snake, of danger, of his fear for Jisoo. His skin began to pulse, faster and brighter than ever before. The room filled with flashing blue light, growing more intense by the second. The men looked at Tak in confusion, then alarm. "What's happening to him?" one shouted. Tak concentrated harder. The flashing became strobe-like, disorienting in its intensity. The men shielded their eyes. In that moment, Jisoo acted. She grabbed a long snake hook and swung it at Dae, knocking him off balance. Then she slammed the cobra's case shut before it could fully open. Tak lunged forward, using his long arms to push one of the men into a shelf of equipment. The man fell, his weapon sliding across the floor. The 3rd man fired his weapon, but the flashing light made his aim poor. The shot hit a water pipe, sending water spraying across the room. Jisoo reached the alarm button and pressed it. Loud sirens filled the air. "Security will be here in 2 minutes," she shouted over the noise. Dae grabbed his weapon and pointed it at Tak. You've ruined everything." Before he could fire, Jisoo opened a small case near her and threw its contents at Da. A small green tree snake landed on his face. Dave screamed and fell backward, frantically trying to get the harmless snake off him. In his panic, he slipped in the water and hit his head on the floor. The other men, seeing their leader down and hearing the approaching security team, ran from the lab. Jisoo rushed to Tak, who had collapsed to his knees, his skin still pulsing but growing dimmer. "Are you all right?" she asked, kneeling beside him. "Yes," Tak gasped. "I've never controlled the flashing before. It was difficult." Jisoo touched his face gently. "You saved us. You used your fear as a weapon." "I learned from you," Tak said softly. "The best teacher on Earth." 1 month after the attack, the research station held a special ceremony. The main hall was filled with humans and a small group of Vesperians who had traveled from their homeworld. Tak stood uncomfortably next to Jisoo at the front of the room. "I don't understand why this is necessary," he whispered to her. "We were just doing our work. Stopping dangerous criminals and making a medical breakthrough isn't just work," Jisoo whispered back. "Besides, your people rarely visit Earth. This is important for relations between our species." Dr. Hyun stepped to the podium. "Today we honor 2 researchers whose courage and innovation have opened new paths in interspecies cooperation." He described how Tak and Jisoo had not only developed a potential universal antivenom, but had also stopped a dangerous smuggling ring. Day's capture had led authorities to his buyers, breaking up an illegal trade network that had threatened endangered species for years. A tall Vesperian official named Rock approached the podium next. Tak's skin flickered briefly with nervous light. "That's the science minister," he explained to Jisoo. "Very important in my world." Rock's voice was deep and formal. "Tak of the Western City has shown that our oldest fears can be our greatest teachers. His willingness to face what all Vesperians avoid has brought honor to our people." Rock presented Tak with a small crystal that glowed with inner light. The courage stone is rarely given and never before to a scientist. Tak accepted it with a small bow, his skin glowing with pride. Then a human official presented Jisoo with a medal for scientific achievement. The crowd applauded as Tak and Jisoo stood together, honored by both their worlds. After the ceremony, there was a small party. Tak found Jisoo standing alone by a window, looking at the stars. "You seem troubled," he said, joining her. "Is something wrong?" Jisoo turned to him. "I received an offer today. The Vesperian Science Academy wants me to establish a research center on your planet, to study how my methods might help your people." "That's wonderful news," Tak said, but then paused when he saw her expression. "Isn't it? It means leaving Earth," Jisoo said softly. "Leaving everything I know." "You would be the first human to work on our world for an extended time," Tak said. "It would be difficult, but important." "What about you?" Jisoo asked. "What will you do now?" Tak's skin rippled with soft, blue waves. "I have also received an offer to become the first Vesperian specialist in Earth's venomous creatures, to continue our research here." They looked at each other, suddenly understanding the choice before them. "So we would be separated," Jisoo said. "Unless," Tak began, then stopped. "Unless what?" Tak's skin glowed brighter. "Unless I came with you. If you choose to go." Jisoo's eyes widened. "You would leave your position here, after everything you've achieved?" "I have been studying my reactions carefully," Tak said. "When I am near dangerous creatures, my body produces the compound we discovered." "Yes, we documented that," Jisoo said. "But I have noticed something else," Tak continued. "My body produces the same compound when I am near you, even when no snakes are present." Jisoo's cheeks flushed. "What does that mean?" "Among my people, this compound appears in 2 situations, in moments of fear and in moments of deep attachment, what humans might call," he hesitated, searching for the right word, "affection." "Are you saying that you Jisoo couldn't finish the question. I believe I have developed an attachment that goes beyond our professional relationship, Tak said formally, then smiled. In simpler terms, I care for you, Jisoo, more than I expected was possible with someone not of my kind. Jisoo smiled back. I've been studying your reactions too. I thought it was just the research exciting you. It was at first, Tak admitted. But now I find that you are more fascinating than any venomous creature. That might be the strangest compliment I've ever received. Jisoo laughed. Is it a bad compliment? Tak asked, worried. Jisoo shook her head. No, coming from you, it's perfect. She reached out and took his hand. Tak's skin glowed with waves of gentle blue light, no longer the sharp flashes of fear, but something softer and steadier. So, Jisoo said, should we go to your world together, or stay on mine? 6 months had passed since the ceremony. The capital city of Vesperia gleamed with tall glass towers that caught the light of the twin suns. At the edge of the city, a new building stood apart from the others. Unlike the simple, clean lines of Vesperian architecture, this structure had curves and natural shades, designed to look like Earth's landscape. Inside, Jisoo walked through a large room filled with special habitats. Each contained carefully controlled environments with plants, rocks, and small creatures from Earth. She stopped at the largest habitat, where a king cobra named Raja moved smoothly across a heated rock. Good morning, she said to the snake. How are you today? A group of Vesperian students watched from a safe distance, their skin showing gentle waves of blue light. They were no longer flashing with panic as they once would have. Progress was happening. As you can see, Jisoo explained to the students, the cobra is most active in the morning hours. This is when we collect venom for our research. The door opened and Tak entered. He wore the formal robes of a Vesperian scientist, but moved with a new confidence. The students bowed respectfully. Professor Tak will demonstrate the collection process today, Jisoo announced. The students murmured in surprise. A Vesperian handling a venomous snake was still something extraordinary. Tak approached the habitat and carefully opened the secure door. Using a special hook, he guided Raja onto the collection table. The student's skin flickered with nervous light, but they remained in place, watching closely. With skilled movements, Tak pressed gently behind the cobra's head, causing it to open its mouth. The long fangs extended, and he guided them over a collection glass. Venom dripped slowly into the container. This venom, Tak explained, combined with the compound from our bodies, creates the universal antivenom that has already saved 27 lives across 3 planets. When the collection was complete, Tak returned Raja to his habitat. The students applauded, their skin glowing with excitement. That concludes today's demonstration, Jisoo said. Tomorrow we will examine the venom under microscopes. After the students left, Tak and Jisoo walked to their private lab. The walls were decorated with pictures from Earth, mountains, forests, and deserts where they had conducted research together. The adaptation program is working better than expected, Tak said, reviewing data on a screen. The younger Vesperians show a 40% reduction in fear response after just 10 sessions, and the antivenom production has doubled this month, Jisoo added. The Earth Medical Council is calling it the most important breakthrough in toxicology in 50 years. Tak's skin glowed with pride. Your decision to come here has changed my world, Jisoo. Our decision, she corrected. I couldn't have done this without you. Tak touched a control panel, and a wall slid open to reveal a garden. It was a perfect recreation of an earth forest edge, with small harmless snakes moving freely among the plants. They walked out into the sunlight together. Do you ever regret leaving Earth? Tak asked. Jisoo shook her head. No. I miss some things, of course. But creating this center, helping your people overcome their oldest fear, it's more than I ever dreamed possible. And us? Tak asked softly. Our bond is still unusual among both our peoples. Jisoo smiled. The best research often challenges what people think they know. She reached up and touched the side of his face. Tak's skin responded with gentle waves of blue light that had become familiar to everyone at the research center, the Vesperian expression of contentment and affection. "I have something to show you," Tak said. He led her to a small contained area they hadn't visited before. Inside was a young earth rattlesnake, coiled peacefully on a rock. Next to it, surprising Jisoo completely, was a small blue creature that looked similar to a snake, but with tiny limbs and glowing spots along its back. "A Vesperian cave crawler," Tak explained. "The last venomous species from my world. We thought they were extinct, but a small population was discovered in the northern mountains." "They're living together?" Jisoo asked in amazement. "Without conflict?" "Yes. After careful introduction, they adjusted to each other. They even share food sometimes." Jisoo watched the two creatures, so different yet finding a way to coexist. "A perfect symbol for us." "That's what I thought," Tak said. "Different worlds, different species. But the same heart," Jisoo finished. Together, they stood watching the unlikely companions, their own unlikely bond a bridge between worlds that once viewed each other with fear and suspicion. Like the creatures before them, they had found harmony in difference, strength in diversity, and possibility where others saw only danger. The end.